Hello and welcome to my very first Easton Press unboxing on the channel. A lot of you are probably not huge fans of Easton Press, and I'm kind of on the fence. They're not really high quality compared to some of the other presses, and they're by no means a small press, but I like the aesthetic at times, and this one was too cool not to get. This is Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman, signed by Neil Gaiman. And they all kind of have a very nearly identical aesthetic. At least the style of them is the same for each title, in which they have kind of the gold gilded page edges. It's leather bound. And the style of the covers is different each time. This one is very spider influenced. Anansi being the old trickster god. Took the form of a spider. This one being Mr. Nancy from both American Gods and Anansi Boys. Well, I guess this book kind of starts with, spoiler alert, his death. And it kind of follows his two sons, Fat Charlie. It's kind of a little off there, but oh well. Fat Charlie and Spider, his other son, as they kind of deal with their heritage in the wake of their father's passing. But yeah, it's kind of a very bare-bones aesthetic that Easton does, but I like it. I've got a couple Easton Press titles. I believe this is my very last one from Neil Gaiman. It's part of their signed Modern Classics. I know it's still available. It's a recent release. But I think I have every. Well, I guess I don't have Good Omens. I don't know if they've done Good Omens, and they haven't done any of his shorter works, like his children's books or Norse mythology. But all of his main novels, aside from Norse mythology and Good Omens, are in Easton Press format, and I think have them all now. There's a nice little note that comes with it here. These little notes come with all of them, right there. It'd be really cool if they did, like, you know, some of the Sandman compendiums in Easton Press. Not really sure how that would work out, but it would be cool. And with them is always a certificate of authenticity. So you kind of get two Neil Gaiman signatures for the price of one. So he actually signed it in October, 10/10/20. How about that? The last one that I had purchased was American Gods that they brought back in stock. And that one, they must have found old signatures, because I remember the signature, the date on the certificate was a bit older, a couple years older. And there's Neil Gaiman's signature bound into the book itself. Anansi Boys. And I don't know if there are illustrations. I don't think there are. I mean, doesn't look like it. But, so that's not really very flashy for you. You know, nice little leather-bound edition. It's beautiful, but it's not flashy. So I'm actually going to do something a little different for this unboxing, is that I'm also going to do a kind of show and tell of sorts as well. So we're going to put those right inside the cover there. Not too far in, don't want to crease it on the edge. I'm actually going to show you another one, which I didn't have the pleasure of unboxing on camera, but is equally, I don't want to say equally beautiful, it's astoundingly beautiful. Easton Press, you know, it's kind of the same flavor you normally get, but this is gorgeous. This, I figured I'd do show and tell, is also Anansi Boys. This is the Folio Society's edition, which a lot of the Folio Society ones, they're good editions. They're not on like the higher end, like Suntop, that's a whole nother level. But they vary in quality. Some of them are very bare bones, while this is beautiful. Seriously, look, this is a slipcase, by the way, if you couldn't tell. That is a slipcase. It's got, you know, it's regular matte finish, except in certain parts, you have the gloss finish, which you can kind of see in the light there. And you can't really tell, but the jacket and the hat have almost like a cloth, they have like roughness to it. You can kind of see the detail there in the light, which kind of gives a nice cloth feel. This slipcase alone is beautiful. But then you see the spine. Look at that. It's like an optical illusion with the title. You can almost see the shimmer in the cloth. This, unfortunately, is not signed. I really wish it was. But this title is stunning. Got Fat Charlie. This to Nancy. Look at that sheen in the cloth. Just illustrations. And then the page edges. Of course, being a trickster god in the form of a spider, you're going to have spiderweb page edges. His son's name is Spider. It's very thematic. It's very beautiful. And the same actually continues inside. And papers are, they're fine. But you had the full color illustrations throughout. Seriously. Let's see if I can find some more for you. There's one. Look at that. 2-page spread. And this book is still available on Folio Society, which is astounding to me. It's illustrated by Francis Vallejo. This is a first edition, first pressing. Just came out in 2019. But, like I said, copies are still available. I don't know if those copies are still first edition or first pressing. But it's gorgeous. It sits on my shelf alongside their version of American Gods, which was illustrated by Dave McKean, which is just beauty in and of itself. But seriously, this title is beautiful. Such quality for a book, especially for a Folio Society where, like I said, they can range from kind of plain old world volumes to something more elaborate. This is not a limited edition. Their limited editions are equally beautiful. Those are more kind of traditional leather-bound, Suntup kind of releases without any of the crazy like snakeskin and Suntup does. But they're still equally beautiful. This is kind of middle ground compared to the Folio Society, where it's not the cheaper version, but it's not the limited edition. But anyways, there you have it. 2 versions of Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman. One signed, one not. I would love to get that signed one day. Who knows? We shall see. But either way, this finishes out my little collection of Easton Press Neil Gaiman ones. Go alongside Coraline. It'll go alongside Ocean at the End of the Lane, American Gods, Neverwhere. And Stardust. So I have Stardust as well in the Easton Press ones. But it'll look great alongside them. So hopefully this was fun unboxing for you guys and a kind of show and tell of sorts. And we'll see you around. Maybe I'll do some more show and tell in the future.